hiking the Ringsted Adventure Trail. Hello there, I am Peter. Sometimes I hike the tranquil trails of Denmark to take a break from traffic jams and crowds of my busy hometown of Copenhagen. This is my first hike to be recorded on video, so please join me on a 2-day nature walk between the towns of Ringsted and Køge. I'll be following the Ringsted Adventure Trail and then on day 2, the ridge of Køge. I also look forward to spending the night in my tent in the woods. But most of all, this is about relaxing and enjoying the serene natural beauty of Denmark in summer. During the next 2 days, I should get to pass a varied landscape with deep forests, dark bogs, open meadows, and best of all, I'm going to look for the geological wonders of a very long lake created during the Ice Ages, as well as the longest ridge in Denmark. I frankly cannot wait. As I was arriving at the starting point of my 2-day trip, I noticed fewer and fewer houses and more trees. I could truly feel the call of the wild. Incredibly, I had only left Copenhagen an hour ago, yet here I was, alone and ready to explore. I'm at the unassuming start of Ringsted Adventure Path, and after a long winter, I need to reset a little bit, which I'll do over the course of the next 2 days. The trail was pretty from the very start. The name Adventure Trail might not be exactly accurate. At least you had to bring the adventure yourself. My first goal was to cross the meadows outside Ringsted to reach a beautiful Ice Age lake. Already the tranquil trails part of this journey is being fulfilled for me. How you can really find peace and serenity in some of the sort of calm and quiet wilderness of Denmark. It's not really wilderness, and never too far away from civilization, but it is beautiful in its own right, and you can really get, you know, close to that inner peace. I took in the sounds of a bubbling stream and the views over the meadows, and occasionally I saw the signs of urban civilization. Covered a lot of distance in no time, as I was really enjoying myself. Okay, time for a little evaluation as I'm coming up on the 10-kilometer mark. I just have to say, I'm stoked, I'm overjoyed. It's been a long winter, now it's spring. This adventure trail is amazing. I've just had the best morning. So yeah, 10 kilometers in, easy going, weather is perfect. I've spent the first 6-7 kilometers looping around the outskirts of the town of Ringsted. And came a couple of kilometers of farmland proper, which was perhaps a bit less interesting, but for a city dweller like me, that's kind of nice too. But now I have reached perhaps the highlight of at least today, the Ringsted Lake. It's a long, narrow lake created during the Ice Age. The water is calm, but for the next, I think, 6 kilometers I'll be walking alongside this lake, so I'm really looking forward to that. Let's get moving. I was taking in the amazing view over the lake, while at the same time enjoying a bit of shade from the trees. I was pleasantly surprised by the very low amount of people that I met on the trip. A few dog walkers and so on, but not many at all. The trees and vegetation suddenly became more dense. All right. While technically I'm still walking right next to the Ringsted Lake, currently I'm inside a deep, quiet wood, and it's wonderful. Or at least it would be. But the name of this wood literally translates to the wrong wood. And that's because the trees, or at least some of the trees, they have a genetic mutation. That means that they are all writhing and warped with the crooked branches. You know, and I'm not making this up, you can Google it. But you know, it's the middle of the day, it's a nice bright and warm day, so I'm not really gonna be scared by anything out here. It feels very calm and quiet and safe. But if it was late and dark, I wouldn't want to be here, because those writhing trees, you know and I know that they must be evil. I hurried out of the wrong woods following a nice boardwalk. Soon after, a more fun adventure was waiting for me. So if you're wondering about what the adventure part of the adventure trail is, I guess this is it. The obstacle path behind me. It goes on and on for hundreds of meters, so enjoy yourself. I was reaching the end of the lake and was coming up on the site of ancient Danish history. Sadly, I've almost reached the end of Ringsted Lake. It's been perfect, and this is one quiet lake. In fact, it's almost too quiet. What was that? It came from the forest, it came from the trees. That was scary, but actually, those sounds were an echo of a medieval drama in Danish history. Very close to this location, almost 900 years ago, the noble heir to the throne of Denmark, Knud Lavard, died here. He was lured into the woods to meet another prince of Denmark named Magnus. It turned out to be an ambush planned by Magnus, and it quickly ended with the brutal murder of unsuspecting Knud Lavard. In turn, this evil crime led to many years of civil war in Denmark, and it all started in this very area. On top of all that lakeside drama, I felt that it was time for a bit of a rest. Okay, I'm a bit more than halfway now. I've passed the Ringsted Lake, but now I'm gonna have a quick lunch break. Rye bread, peanut butter, bananas, everything a growing boy needs. So I am hiking the side of a nice quiet road. There's some really beautiful rolling hills with fields all around. So this is not a bad place on a sunny day. I came across a pack of really playful goats. Hi guys! I've met cows and goats so far, even a deer. But you are the first horses I've met. Oh, look at the cute little one. This was open land and very hot under the sun, but there was no denying the amazing views. Once more I was entering the woods. This time it would be about 5 kilometers of woodland that would take me to the ridge of Køge and my campsite. Oh, and I still weren't meeting any people. All I met was some red ants. So, I'm actually towards the end of Køge Å Forest. It's been about 5 kilometers, I think. Easy going, nice weather, and I haven't met a soul. It is so quiet here. Currently the birds are chirping, but even they were kind of quiet in the deep woods. It just does something to to your blood pressure. It goes all the way down. It was magical. Something that is less magical is the fact that my feet are really starting to hurt. I'm clearly showing signs that this is the first hike of 2025. It's actually quite steep here. Oops, gotta watch my footing here. You might be able to spot the lake in the distance. It's actually quite close. When I get there, I intend to jump in and cool down my exhausted muscles. See you in a moment. It's time for a bath. I'm just gonna find my my trunks and I'll jump in. It'll be cold, but it will be great. Oh man. That was so refreshing. I've slipped into something slightly warmer and I'm ready for the last leg. I'm almost at my my campsite and the sun's coming down, so timing's perfect. Maybe you can spot some caravans, mobile homes, even tents behind the trees. That is the local camping site. That's where I recommend you stay if you want to do this trip. Whether you're coming from the east or the west, this is about halfway. I, however, am in a slightly different situation. I happen to have relations living just down the gravel path ahead of me, so I just need to walk less than a kilometer and I can pitch my tent in the backyard of a nice elderly lady in my family. After 30 kilometers, I was exhausted. Things are looking up. The tent is pitched. I have started boiling some water, and 20 minutes or so it'll be a nice dinner of freeze-dried bolognese. The sun is setting. I think I'll just hang out among the dandelions for maybe an hour or two, relaxing, and then it'll be time for sleep. What an amazing hiking day it's been. Good morning. I've had a good night. Breakfast will be knäckebröd, a dry sort of bread biscuit with more peanut butter to start me off, and then I'll be on the road soon. Today it's the stream of Køge, Køge Å, and the ridge of Køge, which is called Køge Ås in Danish. So those are the main features of today, but I'm also expecting some nice deep forests and a bit of a climb. Soon enough I was hiking on top of the ridge of Køge. It is a formation created during the Ice Age, with the sort of ground being pushed up into a long stretched hill. I'll be walking on it on and off for the whole day. I can feel the 28 kilometers from yesterday in my legs, but already they're warming up. It's a perfect day. The sun is shining from a blue sky. Although it's nice and cool in the shade of these trees right now, I believe it will be a hot day for hiking. I'm walking along the ridge of Køge, so to both sides of me there's a bit of a drop, although you can't really tell. The vegetation is quite dense. But I'm fascinated by those geological forces that have sort of pushed the ground together and up, forming this sort of elongated hill, you might say, a ridge, I suppose. It's not a mountaineering experience by any stretch, but as a concept it's quite fascinating. Everything is so flat here, except for these 24 kilometers of ridge. I'm not doing all of that. Today's trip is 22 kilometers, I believe, bringing me to a total of 50 kilometers for the whole trip. And right now I'm passing several bogs. During wartime, the locals around here, they have dug up peat from the marshes to use for fuel and cooking and heating and so on. So they've left behind a bunch of holes that have eventually filled up, so there's lakes all over the place. The swim I took yesterday was also in a huge dugout from peat digging. I did also find the stream of Køge, which would be my other companion for today's hike. Okay, I've lost my way. Came to a blocked path, blocked trail. It had a clearly marked detour, well signed, for a while, and then the signs just stopped. So now I'm at some kind of construction site. I have a railway over there behind me, or to my right, and piles of gravel and dirt everywhere. I do hope my map will bring me back to the Køge Å Trail, but right now I have to say I'm completely lost. So give you an update on that a little later. I wasn't really near the trail at all. I found myself scrambling along a rather difficult to negotiate terrain. At least I had a general idea of the direction, but who knew where I would end up? All right, so I found my way through quite the wilderness walk, and now I've found the stream and I've also found the path, but I'm on the wrong side, so I need to do a bit of a climb across this rickety tree. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, yeah. I did it, but I was genuinely scared. Doesn't look like much from down here. But what I did was come from the other side of the stream, climb up on that branch, and it was sturdy enough, so that part was fine. But then I had to jump, I don't know, 2 meters down into these stinging nettles and tall grass with the stream just behind me. As it turned out, it wasn't really too difficult, but I didn't know if I would twist my ankle or anything. So a bit of drama, but the path is right behind me, so let's get going. Who's stomping on my bridge? That is one tired horse. I am having the best time. It looks like I'm in the middle of the forest, but actually I've just been walking several kilometers in the sun next to the stream, which is also here. Unsurprisingly, the Køge Å Trail follows Køge Stream for most of the trip. The calm gurgling of the stream sure put my mind to ease. Oh, it's far. Amazing how the scenery can change at a moment's notice. I was walking along the fields and meadows alongside the stream when it suddenly meandered under a highway and into this deep forest. And I've also rediscovered the ridge of Køge. I'm actually climbing it right now, so that's why I'm panting a bit. It's going uphill. Down behind me, the river continues south, I think. The forest soon entered, and I had a bit of roadside walking to do. My joy of hiking has been dampened a little bit for the last 4 kilometers because it's all been paved road and lots of cars. If I want to see lots of cars, I'll just stay home in Copenhagen. So, a bit of a downer, by far the least enjoyable part of this whole hike. However, as it turns out, there's a bit of a reward at the end of the paved road, because check it out over there. Do you see those metal girders in a circular formation? They are sort of a visual reconstruction of an ancient Viking fortress. It's called Borgring, and it's one of several Viking fortresses built by Harald Bluetooth, the second king of all of Denmark. He was a mighty Viking lord who controlled the whole country and constructed these fortresses. There's not much left today, but still it's fascinating. This was before the year 1000 AD, so it's really old stuff. My spirits are back up. I was feeling a bit down from all that walking on heavily trafficked roads, but the sight of the Viking castle inspired me, gave me some strength of the ancestors, and it's allowed me to reach this quiet, deep forest, which also raises my spirits. So, the final stretch, I only have a few kilometers left to walk, and it's been an amazing trip. Right in front of me, and to the right, is my old friend, the Ridge of Køge. This path that I'm on will sort of turn into nothing in a few moments, and I'll have to climb the ridge itself. Right about now. This is the top of the ridge, and if the trees weren't so leafy at the moment, I would probably have a great view from up here. But I think I need to get down and rejoin the stream of Køge, walk by the stream for the rest of the trip. So while you might not be able to see it on camera, this is quite steep downhill. Careful. Oh. Sorry for the bumpy ride, but the terrain is kind of rough here. Oh, there we go. I was coming to the end of an amazing 2-day journey. Yes, I did it. I've arrived at Køge, the end of the Køge Å Trail. 50 kilometers, 2 days of hiking, and it's been awesome. Beautiful landscapes. It's just been amazing. I don't even know what to say. It's been great. I got exactly what I wanted, exactly what I came for. So thank you to the good people of Ringsted and Køge who make this possible by constructing and maintaining these trails. And thank you for watching.